What's up, fight fans? My name is James Lynch. This is my UFC 266 main event preview. Of course, 266 going down this Saturday, the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. We're going to have fans for this one. And the card, if you saw my other video, is going to be starting, the main card of the pay-per-view is going to be starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time. So make sure you tune into that. I'm going to get off the screen here. Really excited for this fight. This was supposed to take place earlier this year, but Alex Volkanovski ended up getting COVID. Actually, I spoke to Volkanovski before this fight, and the COVID hit him pretty bad. They ended up filming The Ultimate Fighter, but these two were supposed to fight way back in, I believe it was March. Yeah, so Volkanovski tested positive for COVID. That delayed the fight, and then they coached The Ultimate Fighter. So Volkanovski's had plenty of time off, but still, that is one thing to consider about picking this fight, is that Volkanovski did have COVID. Brian Ortega did not. Anyways, tail of the tape here. As you can see, Volkanovski 32. 30 years old for Brian Ortega, 5'6" to 5'8", and 71.5 inch reach for Volkanovski, 69 inch reach for Brian Ortega. So Brian Ortega with a slight height advantage, Volkanovski with a slight reach advantage. Let's look at their body of work here. Volkanovski has been unstoppable. He has not lost a fight since May of 2013, I should say. Quite the role here, made his UFC debut back in November of 2016 and hasn't lost since, and has some good wins in the process. Former title challenger Chad Mendez had handed Jeremy Kennedy his first loss, beat former champion Jose Aldo quite decisively, and then 2 wins over Max Holloway. The second Max Holloway fight, a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot, a good... Actually, I can't say a lot. A lot of people felt like Max Holloway won that fight. If you go to MMAdecisions.com, you can look at how the media scored the fight. It was split, if not more, scoring it for Holloway in that one. So it was a really razor close fight in that one. But it was Volkanovski who was awarded the win in that one. The fight before that against Holloway, though, much more clear cut, beat him decisively. And any win over Max Holloway looks good on the resume with how good Max Holloway has looked in his career, including the fight he had earlier this year against Calvin Kattar. So Volkanovski, a lot of momentum here, a lot of steam going into this title defense. Brian Ortega, superb performance, probably the best performance of his career in his last fight, getting that decision win over Chen Sung-jung. And the most impressive part about it is, here's Ortega, a jiu-jitsu guy, displaying a really good stand-up game in this one and actually outstruck Chen Sung-jung in that fight, the Korean Zombie. That was back in October of last year, so well-deserved shot. The fight before that, he got absolutely destroyed by Max Holloway and was finished in the 4th round in a fight that could have been stopped much sooner, but you saw the improvements in that Chen Sung-jung's fight, so it's very interesting to see how this one will unfold. The odds right now do have Volkanovski as a slight favorite, and that's where I'm leaning as well. To me, what it comes down to, when it's this close, you start to look at little intangibles. Volkanovski been a little bit more active than Brian Ortega. He's also had that, championship level experience. It's something that Ortega really hasn't had. He's had main events, but it's different when you're, fighting for a title or defending your title in certain cases. I also think Volkanovski is just good everywhere, right? Like Volkanovski, obviously, we haven't really seen his ground game tested, but I don't think it even gets there. This is a guy who trains with Israel Adesanya and Dan Hooker at City Kickboxing. He's got a really, really, really solid camp behind him. Brian Ortega trains at a good camp as well with TJ Dillashaw and Cub Swanson, but you do wonder, we've seen moments where Ortega's struggled a little bit, and he also cuts a lot of weight to get to 145 as well. So those are some things I'm considering. I do see this as a 50-50 fight. If you do like Ortega, I do think there could be some value on him as the underdog, but I am picking Alexander Volkanovski in the main event. I think he gets it done, and I think that sets up the trilogy fight with Max Holloway, but we'll see what happens on Saturday night. So there you go. That's my main event pick. Let me know what you think in the comments. Who are you picking in Saturday's UFC 266 main event? Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Lynch on Sports, and make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel at OddsChecker US, where you can find my interviews every single week, along with my fight breakdowns, just like this one. Enjoy the fights this week. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.